If you guys could actually see my setup right now, you would laugh. But the plus side to this is I finally have decent lighting. A series of small successes, as my client and friend says. So what do I want to talk about? Now, essentially, the things I want to talk about have to do with life, your health, spirituality. Essentially, those are the three most biggest takeaways from videos from me. I've changed my life for myself based on my spirituality, and I have to recollect the memories because I sometimes forget the fact that I'm where I am now because of all the things I've done over the past 10 years. And I say 10 years because, well, shit, it's almost 11. But I say 10 because it was 2008 that I say that I started my spiritual journey. And when I talk about a spiritual journey, I talk about it in the sense of your journey back to your spirit. Like, we all believe there's something within us that keeps us going, right? Like, I need to talk to an atheist because I don't know what they believe in regards to the spirit or the soul. So I need to ask an atheist friend what their perception is when it comes to the spirit or soul. But anyways, so that's one of the reasons I'm so passionate about how life-changing a spiritual journey can be. And I intermingle it with self-love journey because essentially the spiritual journey is your journey to your spirit. A self-love journey is actually the same because you're learning to love yourself from the inside out. And a lot of people start with the physical aspect because they're trying to change some sort of aesthetic about themselves. And then while they're doing the lifting and the eating right, they're actually changing their mindset about things. And it's all intertwined no matter which direction you approach it from. So I personally like to interchange the words spiritual journey and self-love journey, because I truly believe they're one and the same. Yogis that reached enlightenment or enlightened beings already, like Buddha or, Jesus, they had that sense of love within themselves and they were able to heal others with it. And they were teaching that to others. They were teaching this love to others. And it wasn't until down the road that it became religions. And I'm not even going to delve into that because I don't want to. That just is opening up a whole new can of worms. From my own approach, from my own studies of reading spiritual texts, scriptures, they all teach the same thing. They all teach a sense of universal love. And I've chosen to pick and choose from each one and apply it to my own life to create my own way of life. And it's led me to the happiness that I feel now. It's led me to the alignment that I feel now in my purpose, in being just one with myself and knowing that there's still something greater because it's something we'll never know. It's something we will never, ever be able to wrap our minds around, because it's just so grand. And yeah, so today what I want to talk about in respect to a spiritual journey or self-love journey is fasting. I personally just started fasting every Monday, and well, now you're going to see this later in this week, but today I'm filming and it's Monday and I'm fasting today. And I still have energy. I still have, I don't suffer from headaches. I get a little pang of hunger here and there, and I drink some warm water, or tea. And the fact of the matter is even while I'm thinking about where I'm at with my sense of fasting, it was a journey to get to this point. I didn't just right off the bat be like, oh, I'm going to fast for 24 hours, it's impossible. in the past, I have practiced a full day fast by doing like a juice fast. So like the times that I would have breakfast, I'd have like a juice from a juice place, a cold pressed juice, and then like a lunchtime cold pressed juice. So I worked my way into this space. When I stopped doing the juices, I would just eat like a piece of fruit or something. But then this year, I felt inclined to want to just go all out and do it. And I felt inclined for spiritual reasons. In Hinduism, at least from what I learned from my mom growing up, Monday is Lord Shiva's day. And I felt when I was in Kauai during Christmas time, we went to a temple, a Shiva temple, and I didn't even know it was a Shiva temple until I got there. But I just realized the thing. Anywho, we also went to Oahu, and when the day before I left Oahu, I had a dream, and Shiva was in my dream. And this is a deity that I've always had a huge connection with for some reason, since 2008, since I started the spiritual journey. And so for some reason I felt inclined to start fasting on Mondays for spiritual reasons, for Shiva, for Lord Shiva. So the interesting thing about fasting, and I'm going to keep it simple because scientifically there's all these things out there about, oh, your body this, your body that, when it comes to like fats. So scientifically, we've come to this era and age where everyone wants to go down to the most smallest physical aspect of every little atom. And even then we realize it's all energy. So anyways, fasting has been around for a long time. And so one of the reasons I chose to want to do it is it's part of my heritage. It's part of ancient medicine in all respects. If you think about, there, it did it again. And anyway, so if you think, an example I was thinking of earlier is Native Americans. They do it. They go into sweat lodges, they do spirit quests, and essentially when you're fasting, you have no choice but to turn inward, because what we tend to do in our society nowadays is we start feeling certain emotions, and instead of facing them, we want to pacify them with like food, alcohol, drugs, whatever, you name it, we have something to pacify it with. And no one's actually facing themselves and those emotions. We're not resolving these emotions. We're not growing through these emotions. And we're just pacifying it. And essentially that's what pharmaceuticals are too, if you think about it. Your doctor's prescribing you something to pacify or suppress a symptom. But symptoms are happening for a reason. Your body's responding for a reason. So you have to go through the steps to get through them and trust that something greater than you is taking care of you, and your body has this ability to do so. But when we try to take reins and control of all that by pacifying it with other means, we're not actually resolving the issue. So the great thing about fasting in that respect, in a spiritual respect, is that not only are you not pacifying it, you're forced to face the emotions. You're forced to face what's happening and literally like dissect it. You literally can have an emotion pop up and you ask it questions like, why are you here? What am I supposed to feel from this? What am I supposed to learn from this? And when you start going in that positive direction of trying to heal those emotions, the next thing you know, you're not even thinking about the fact that you were feeling hungry. Like you grew through it. And so, yeah, that's one reason why I do the fasting. It allows me to get more clarity in regards to things I might be facing. Thoughts arise because I'm not consumed or thinking about what I'm going to be eating. And and it does take a certain level. You have to take baby steps. This isn't something you just jump into. Stop saying But yeah, so today is Monday number 4 that I've done a full day fast. And literally, it ends up being more than 24 hours for me because I literally start Sunday night. Like, my last meal yesterday was at like 7:30-ish. And there's only been one Monday of, well, this one's not over yet, but there's only been one Monday of the 4 where I broke it at 24 hours. But for the most part, every other Monday, and I plan to today as well, I literally nothing the whole Monday, and then I eat Tuesday morning. So it's, my last meal was Sunday night, and then my next one is Tuesday morning. So, and I feel great. Like, I don't feel depleted. I don't get headaches. I don't need coffee, you know, like all these things that we tell ourselves. And we tell ourselves these things because we're conditioned. So, you know, just like they say, not all vegans and vegetarians started out as vegans and vegetarians. They were once meat eaters, right? So the same thing with fasting. You don't just start out as someone who fasts like I've just done. Like, you do things to build up to it. You do things to prepare, and you do things, you know, to get you to that point. So it's a journey. It's literally a journey. So why I choose to do it, like I said, I want to face any emotions, underlying emotions that I need to heal, and for the mental clarity. Your reasons could be different. Another reason also, at least in Ayurveda, why they fast is it's the most simplest thing. It gives your body the ability to play catch up on all the foods you've consumed. So as Americans, and I've been guilty of it in the past, we tend to overeat. We're in a society now where we move less, we eat more compared to our ancestors. And so in that respect, skipping a meal is okay because you're allowing your body to catch up with everything else that you've consumed. Because the tissue in the most minute form, the elemental form, basically, like your sodium, your potassium, etc., the things and bonds that create your solid tissue, you're not getting that from the meal you ate yesterday. It's not formed from the meal you ate yesterday. It's formed from the meal you ate like a month ago. That's how long it takes for it to break down to that molecular form in order to be stuck into the tissue. So if you think about it, a lot of the diseases that are tissue, how do I explain it? Tissue that is not like regular tissue. Take it for what it is. You can come to your own conclusions, and that's how I'm going to explain it. It's years of eating not good things. It's years of it. So you can't expect to change your diet and your eating habits for a month and expect that stuff to disappear. Like, it's not going to happen. However, if the belief is there and the actions are there and they're aligned, it will. But you can't go into it thinking of it as a quick fix. It took years to manifest. It took years to build up. And it will take belief, time, and patience. I'm not even going to say time. Belief and patience to create that health again, that vitality again. But it can happen. It can happen. I'm living proof of it. You know, I've struggled with depression. I've struggled with being overweight. I've struggled with being on the border of like pre-diabetic and pre-hypertensive. I was years ago too. That was in my 20s when I was like partying and eating like shit and drinking all the time. And now I look like I'm still in my 20s. It's not. But it is. It's a mindset. It's creating healthier habits, and it's that belief. It's knowing that you have the ability to take control of your own health. And essentially that's what I'm here to help you with, teach you, guide you, whatever it is you need. I'm here because I've done it, and you can too. So I love you. And this, I'm getting better at these, but for now, that's it. I love you, and I hope you have a beautiful day.